Boy, Hawks fans, this one was tough. In a game where Terrence Mann seen the old homies and the return of Bogdanović Bogey. In a particular quarter, we were nothing but porters. Guys, this is the story of the return of Death Quarter. Welcome back to Hawks Digest, everyone. I am Chris Tipmore. Happy to see everyone once again. Take off your shoes, leave on your socks, and we're going to get into this post game. Now, also along with this post game, I'm going to talk about the game, but I also want to talk about an NFL All Pro who had something to say about a particular Atlanta Hawks player. Before we get into it, you know I got to give you guys your shout out. Thank you guys. Yes, sir. We are in the 33 percentile range, 33.4 percentile, who have chosen to make Hawks Digest one of their first listens when they need that Hawks content. Thank you so very much. And if you are in that 66 percentile, come on over to Hawks Digest. We got some good content for you. We guarantee it. All right, guys, let's get into it. The Hawks came into this game trying to have five on it, like the old song say, but instead, the Hawks fall to the LA Clippers once again for the second time this season, 121 to 98. Now, the first meeting, the Hawks were coming off of a back-to-back, so I was very hopeful coming into this game, saying that okay, the Hawks have a little rest. So they know exactly what they're facing, more weapons that was available in this game compared to the last. I feel like the Hawks had everything going for them, and they did honestly. They had everything going for them, and they were up 61 to 59 at the end at the halftime mark. And all of a sudden, the bottom just dropped out. The Hawks started off. It was a close game. In the beginning, it seemed like it was a slow game back and forth. Second quarter, I felt like the Hawks were able to, withstand the runs that the Clippers were trying to make, but they also were trying to get some space and they just couldn't quite get it. It seemed like, every time they would go up by like 5 or by 7, Clippers were like, nah, 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 come back, come back, come back. And it was like that again, 61 to 53 going into halftime. After that, the return of Death Quarter. The Hawks went only 8 points in the third quarter, guys. Completely lopsided third quarter. One of the worst third quarters the Hawks have ever had. And as a matter of fact, in franchise history, this was the worst quarter in franchise history. Second worst is when they scored 9 points in 2021. A lot of people forget about that game. I'm going to tell you why I don't. That was on December 3rd, 2021. And in the fourth quarter, the Atlanta Hawks only scored 9 points. Another reason why I know, because I was there. We played the Philadelphia 76ers the day before my birthday. Another reason why I remember. But outside of that, it had been back since 2015 since they had a point total that low. And this right here, it just absolutely was catastrophic and it collapsed the Atlanta Hawks completely. They were unable to recover from this at all. And I mean, how could you? I mean, you give up 35 and you only score 8. That's tough to come back for, even though they did score 29 in the fourth quarter. The Clippers still scored the 33 just to make sure, hey, we're going to stamp this and blow you guys out again. Absolutely disappointing. But again, I say the first half, the Hawks were right there in it. They had them, honestly, and they had them in the pace. They were getting out in transition. They had the Clippers looking off balance, and then the Clippers made an adjustment. That's really what Death Quarter is. Teams make an adjustment on the Hawks, and the Hawks unable to counter. And that doesn't come down necessarily just on the players. Players, they have to shoot and make the baskets, and they were unable to make the baskets, but also the coaching was unable to make adjustments as well to help our Atlanta Hawks tonight. So ultimately, complete team loss tonight, and it started right there in that third quarter, aka Death Quarter. Hawks points in the paint, they lost 64 to 52. They lost the fast break points, 25 to 18. They also lost the bench points, 42 to 37. They also lost the turnover battle, We had 18 turnovers tonight, and unfortunately, 7 were from Trae Young. But hey, 3 was also from Dyson. 3 was from Risacher. I'm just saying, other guys turned the ball over too. So, and they don't even have the ball as much as Trae does. So that's another thing as well. Like I said, 18 turnovers for the Hawks. The Clippers were able to have convert on 26 points off of those turnovers compared to 15 for the Atlanta Hawks. 8 lead changes, also seven ties. But ultimately, like I say, I come back to it, guys. Death quarter. Death quarter. I'm gonna tell you exactly how bad this quarter was for our Atlanta Hawks. Okay. All right, I got it right here. All right, this is how bad the third quarter was for the Atlanta Hawks. We were 4 of 23. That is 17% from the field. We were 0 of 8 from 3. Of course, that's 0%. We didn't get any free throws at all. 0 free throws whatsoever. In that quarter, we had 8 turnovers, okay? 5 fouls. We only got 2 blocks, a steal, 1 assist. We got 9 rebounds, 5 of them being on the defensive end, and that was it. The only guys that scored in the third quarter was Onyeka Okongwu twice, Trae Young once, and Dominic Barlow once. Everyone else, they either didn't attempt a shot or they missed a shot. So that right there, you can't beat anybody like that. Not a soul. Not like that. So that right there, ultimately, that's what I chalk this loss up to. The third quarter, not able to put the ball in the basket. It hurt the Atlanta Hawks tremendously tonight, and that's where I'm at with it. That's where I'm at with it, guys. But I want to switch gears, and I want to move forward and tell you guys about this NFL All-Pro who had something to say about Zaccharie Risacher. Yeah, our rook, #1 overall pick. And I'm going to reveal who it is right now. Former NFL All-Pro, former member of the Atlanta Falcons, Roddy White, had this to say the other night about Quin Snyder and his distributing of minutes of Zaccharie Risacher. Quin Snyder draft this rookie first overall, and he your future, and don't get any minutes in the fourth quarter, but you playing Niang. You got to stop. Now, I don't think he meant anything bad by that. I just think he sees what everyone else sees, and that's in the last 10 games. Just in the last 10 games, Risacher, Zachary Risacher, the Frenchman, is averaging over 12 points per game, over 4 rebounds, almost 4.5. He's averaging 1.1 assists, but he's shooting 50% from the field and 40% from 3. How do you keep that guy off the court? I don't know, but it was a good thing tonight though, because Zaccharie Risacher ended up playing 36 minutes, and that's the second most minutes he's played this season, behind 37 minutes when he played against the New York Knicks the first time and had 33 points. So of course he was on a heater. You better not take the hot hand out. You better leave him in there. So this is the second time Zach has gotten over the 35 mark this season. So was they listening to Roddy White? Is Roddy White right? Does Zaccharie Risacher need more minutes? You guys decide that. You guys let me know how you feel about that. But one thing I do have to say, Zaccharie Risacher tonight, he had another good game tonight. 15 points, 7 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 steals. Shot 60% from the field because he was 6 of 10. And also 1 of 3 from 3, 33%. But at the end of the day, Zach, he had a great game tonight. And I got to give him his props on that. Someone else that I have to mention tonight, and it's not a lot of things that I can talk about, but this guy, I got to give him his flowers as well. And I'm talking about my center, Onyeka Okongwu. Onyeka Okongwu had a good night tonight. He had a tough task, but he still went 6 of 10. And my man he was 6 of 6 from the free throw line. From It's Free. I love that. He did miss his only 3-pointer. That's okay. I mean, he's not necessarily a 3-point shooter, but in 31 minutes, he gave you 18 points, 10 rebounds. Still gave you 3 assists and 3 blocks. Onyeka Okongwu, he was out there playing. He did the best that he could. There was no Clint Capela tonight because he was out due to personal reasons, something to do with family. So Dominic Barlow, he was the backup, and no one was behind Barlow. So, but Barlow still went 5 of 8, shooting 62% from the field. He did miss both threes and missed his only free throw, but he still gave you 10 points and 4 rebounds in the backup role, going against guys like Zubats and also playing against guys like Ben Simmons. Yeah, Ben Simmons played tonight. So that's another thing as well. It's another thing as well. Oh, guys. But tough loss for the Atlanta Hawks tonight, man. Really was. You wanna get back off the snide really quickly and get back into the win column. I also want to say on closing before I get up out of here, I want to see Zach get more minutes, but they are going to have to play George Niang. Tonight wasn't really the matchup for George Niang at all. He had a bunch of guys that really everybody who you put him against could blow by him at any point, at any time that they wanted to. The minivan really didn't give you anything tonight. He was 0 of 5. He missed all 3 of his threes. He missed everything. He was 0 for tonight. And I mean, and he had 3 turnovers on top of that. Only gave you 1 assist. So this matchup wasn't really the matchup really for George Niang, but I know you're going to use him because he's a sniper, but it's games like this tonight on why you see why he's kind of limited and he's pretty just a shooter. But until next time, guys, hey, we're going to bounce back. We're going to get this win on Sunday. I believe it. I'm going to speak it into existence right now. We are not going to start no losing streaks. We do not have time for that. 15 games left. Let's get it, Hawks Digest. Until next time, peace and blessings to you all, and to you all, I will holler.